This is Dark Whispers. Tonight, we listen to the voices that never left. Welcome to the whispers beneath the floorboards. When Mara first moved into the old Crowhurst house, the real estate agent told her the floors just creaked from age and the damp cold. A charming quirk, he called it. But it wasn't the aging wood that groaned and shifted in the dead of night. It was them, the ones who were there long before she arrived. From the very beginning, she felt it a peculiar cold spot in the center of the living room, a feeling of being watched when she was alone. The house had a history, one the town preferred to forget. Mara, desperate for a quiet place to start over, dismissed it all as new home jitters. She wanted to believe the silence was a comfort, but the silence in Crowhurst House was heavy, expectant. It was waiting for something. The first night, the whispers began. A soft, rustling sound, like dry leaves skittering across pavement, seemed to rise from beneath her bed. She pulled the covers tighter, blaming the old pipes or the wind rattling the window frames. Then, clear as day, it called her name. Mara. It was a child's voice, thin and trembling with a fear so ancient it made the air in the room turn to ice. She sat bolt upright, heart hammering against her ribs. The voice came again, closer this time, right under her feet. "Don't let him find us." Her own voice was a choked whisper. "Who's there? Who are you?" Only a soft, muffled crying answered her. The sound was so full of despair, it felt like a physical weight pressing down on her chest. Sleep was impossible after that. Every creak of the house was a footstep, every shadow a figure looming in the dark. The next day, armed with a flashlight and a growing sense of dread, she decided to investigate. She pulled back the faded, threadbare rug in the main room, and what she saw made her blood run cold. The floorboards were covered in scratches. Not the random marks of old furniture being dragged, but desperate, frantic gouges, like fingernails had clawed for years, trying to get out. As she traced the lines with a trembling finger, a slow, heavy thud echoed from directly beneath her hand. Thud, thud, thud. It was a rhythm, a signal. A knock from the other side. A check of her watch confirmed the horrifying detail she already knew in her gut. It was 3:13 a.m., the witching hour. Driven by a mix of terror and a desperate need for answers, Mara grabbed a crowbar from her toolbox. The wood groaned in protest as she worked the tool into a seam between two planks. With a final splintering crack, the board came loose. She peered into the darkness below, the beam of her flashlight cutting through the thick, musty air. At first, she saw nothing but dirt and cobwebs. Then, a faint breath, a wet, guttural sound, and a single, wide eye blinked open in the darkness, staring directly up at her. It was bloodshot and filled with an unspeakable madness. Before she could scream, another eye opened, then another, and another, until the crawl space was a sea of watching, unblinking eyes. The whispers erupted, a chaotic symphony of voices swirling around her, pulling her down. Pale, thin hands shot up through the gap, grabbing her arms, her hair, her clothes. Mara screamed as the wood splintered and broke, the floor giving way as dozens of hands dragged her into the suffocating darkness below. The flashlight clattered to the floor, its light flickering once before dying completely, plunging the room into absolute black. Mara was never seen again. The official report said she simply vanished. But the new tenants of Crowhurst House sometimes complain about the noises. They say, on the quietest nights, if you listen very closely, you can still hear a woman whispering along with the others, from beneath the floorboards. If you ever hear a voice calling from under your floor, don't answer. This is Dark Whispers. Subscribe for more tailies from the shadows, if you dare.